community university network. To being alone as the only university in Kenya for 15 years until 1985, I'm happy to report to you that the University of Nairobi has graduated over 256,000 graduates, some of them in this hall today. Among them, the presidency, the head of state in this country, the legislature, the judiciary, the county governments, the universities across Kenya, all of them, there's a footprint of the University of Nairobi. And so we've trained manpower for both the private and the public sector. We have defined how to influence policy by conducting research that is impactful, gathering data so that when our legislators meet, that they're actually using data, evidence to drive our legislative agenda. Now bring in an amazing group of first ladies whose presence, whose proximity to power, whose purpose can actually translate the way we do business in this country. Because you see in the past, especially in the African context where patriarchy rides strong and women are only supposed to be seen and not to be heard. And many a times, those who came before you, ladies, were more of dealing with issues of hospitality. But now, as you go back to Genesis, where God, when he made Adam, he didn't give him any serious responsibility until Eve came on the scene. And they were told, go ye multiply, and then subdue the earth. And therefore, the issues of governance in our continent are not a patriarchal issue. It is a God-given responsibility for both genders to work together as partners, not as competitors, but as partners, transforming our countries, our continent, for the betterment of the youth, the women, those who are living with disability, as well as our men. And therefore, I invite a partnership where we are looking at the possibility of developing a destiny, relationship, and impact for the time that God has given the first ladies to occupy that place of proximity, that place of privacy, that place of being the mothers of the nation, being the caregivers of our community. The triple role is critical. And so here we are as a university desiring to produce manpower that is fit for purpose for the 21st century. And here we are conducting research, and I'm happy to report to you again that the University of Nairobi has consistently brought in between 4.2 and 4.7 billion shillings in research grants every year for the last 5 years, meaning that we are able, despite the financial challenges that we are going through as a country, to be able to pay our salaries, albeit net salaries for now, but we are trusting God, who is the giver of all things good, that as he blesses our countries, and as you kneel as a first lady to pray for this country, to pray for the continent, that God would use you to whisper a word of wisdom to the spouses who are the heads of state, and also the governors, and all across, that position brings you a very interesting position of influence, of impact, of sustainability, of innovation. That is to say also, we recognize that you are women in your own right, with your own lives to live, and so the program that you have brought actually explores the significance of that space, not necessarily elected, but deeply connected to the office and the person that is elected. And therefore, in that distinctiveness, we are able to plug in as academia, as industry, as development partners, and others to impact, to transform, and to accelerate the national and global agenda. Because you see, the universities do not just do business as usual, but we also align our work, our teaching, and our research to the Vision 2030, for example, here in Kenya, which is our developmental blueprint, we also align to Africa Agenda 2063 and also to the Sustainable Development Goals. And therefore, at the heart of this mission, we are giving you unwavering commitment to preparing women. We are mentoring young girls. We are mentoring students to ensure that they are ready to also be agents of transformation, because Kenya, Africa, is crying for transformative leadership, transformative development agenda, because we can no longer be the third world forever. They can classify us the way they want, but Africa is rising again because of its women, because of its men, because of its youth, and because of the men that lead us. And therefore, from science and technology to business to law to medicine, agriculture, education, the arts, we are dedicated to ensuring that women are just not present, but they are leading, they are innovating, and driving change in every facet of the society. And you are coming at a time when the glass ceiling has been broken, albeit partially, because here we stand in history where the first woman since 1956 is acting as the Vice Chancellor of the greatest university in Kenya, the University of Nairobi. And we didn't arrive here because we were smart, and I agree we are smart. Not because we are hardworking, and we are, but we arrived here because of the grace of God that talks in Isaiah, Jeremiah 29 verse 11, that I have a plan for each one of you, a plan to prosper you and a plan to give you hope and a future. And therefore we are here because God has also destined that for a time such as this, women will inquire of one another of how we can be partners with the male gender to transform not only the university but also the country. And therefore, with civil society and also with government, the partnerships that we are forging, that we are cultivating, are critical and crucial for translating those research findings into policy, into advocacy tools, and also then working hand in hand, we ensure that from the grassroots to the highest levels, the echelons of power, that we leave no one behind. I have told of a story of my own mother that she never saw the inside of a classroom. If you told her that there were 6 corners in a classroom, she would have believed you. And therefore, when Your Excellency, through the president, was changing the currency of the country, she got nervous because I used to manage her M-Pesa account, and she said, my daughter, make sure that you do not delay. Make sure that you change the money in the M-Pesa account so that it's not left behind. What am I saying? That sometimes we might be so progressive, going perpendicularly on the academic ladder and leaving our communities behind. I'm happy to have noted with appreciation how the women of this country, the First Lady championing that, and I have known my friend Ida for many years, that you've actually gone back to the grassroots to transform, to inform, and to guide and say it is possible. The dreams of the Kenyan people are valid. And therefore, as we continue to build bridges of collaboration, we should innovate fearlessly, work tirelessly towards an Africa where every woman can realize her full potential, contributing to a prosperous, equitable, and sustainable future for all. So this event, indeed, reminds me of the words of Proverbs 31:25. The woman is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. May this verse remind us of the strength, the vision, determination, and may I hasten to add, the passion of women that they bring to the communities on our continent. I want to thank you, and once again, welcome to the University of Nairobi, and may God bless our university. May the Lord bless our lovely country, Kenya, and our continent, Africa, as we arise to take our position in the community of nations as a proud people, a proud nation, indeed a proud women. God bless you all.
Let us appreciate appreciate our Vice Chancellor. As she goes to sit, I would like to say she is the convener of this forum, and we have worked together with the FLAIR team, the secretariat, the committee, and wherever you are, kindly stand up so that we can appreciate you. Professor Anna, say. So that's the team that has worked with the Vice Chancellor to ensure that FLAIR became a success. Thank you very much. You may remain seated. Allow me to welcome Her Excellency Canon Dr. Ida Odinga, EGH, Pan-African Visionary, to speak to us. And also, if we have the Minister for Pan-African Visionary, kindly accompany Mama Ida Odinga. Welcome.
Wow. Your Excellency, Madam Rachel Ruto, the First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Your Excellency, Joy Kindiki, the spouse of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Professor Margaret Hutchinson, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, professors, academicians, students, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is such a privilege and honor to be part of this vital FLAIR forum and expo at the University of Nairobi, the university that has shaped many minds, including mine. I was here as an alumni several years ago. I want to thank the university and the FLAIR team for inviting me to participate in this timely endeavor. The theme of the forum today is Impact and Innovation with Africa's Visionary Women. That resonates with women's leadership and development work, to which most of us have been committed for decades. I want to share with you today some observations on how far we have come and how we must keep shaping the future of our continent. My own focus, long-standing, I founded the League of Kenya Women Voters way back in 1991 with intention to support increased women's representation and inclusion in politics. Having political space and making space to exercise its different aspects. Which brings me to women's voting turnout. The health of our democracy depends on the active engagement of each of our citizens. For a woman to resolve to make our collective voice be heard, to demand better services, better representation, better policies, and that policies that deal with our unique challenges. Let's mobilize each woman to register as a vote and to vote strategically, to elect representatives who are authentic voices of our cause. Apart from voting, we also want to witness women contesting in elective posts. The journey is never simple. It is usually filled with barriers, like financial barriers, social barriers, and cultural barriers. Yet, like we have seen in Kenya and across Africa, when women contest, they bring new voices of compassion and keen sense of needs of the community to the leadership arena. They bring integrity and a sense of value of working together that is critical to a country's development. We must continue empowering those trailblazers, mentoring them, and removing barriers that confront them. Now, through Ida Odinga Trust, that's my foundation, we have tried to provide scholarships, mentorship, and leadership skills solemnly to young women looking to make such contributions. Empowering them with means of overcoming such diversity is a sure way to avert poverty. Outside of politics lies dynamic arena of women's entrepreneurship. Economic empowerment is the linchpin of true emancipation. A woman who gets economically empowered gains agency, confidence, and ability to invest in the society and in the family. We have seen strength and resilience of women entrepreneurs, from micro traders to agricultural inventors to tech entrepreneurs. Women are creating jobs, driving economic growth, and building sustainable lives. That is why we must build space that provide access to finance, training, markets, and enabling policies for these vital economic players. Apart from my long-standing work, also involves making case for women's health programs like prevention of fistula, breast cancer awareness, because a healthy woman lies at the root of economic productivity and empowerment. Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, let's discuss support for each other. Women empowerment is not a solo journey. It is one that we share. As women leaders, first ladies, scholars, citizens, there is tremendous obligation that we have to support and promote one another, to nurture, to coach, to celebrate, and stand with one another. When one woman makes it, she opens doors for hundreds of other women. When we create webs of support, we create strength against diversity. In my own effort has been to build on the time and the time again, whether by championing girls' education and creating initiatives like that of Dr. Ida Odinga Library and Resource Center at Uganda Girls High School, or through border mentorship and social justice work that distributes books, sanitary pads, shoes, stationery to schoolgirls that will make them remain in school and have the basic support that they have to succeed. In FLAIR vision focuses on impact of resilience and gives us platform to learn from each other's work, share our methods, and develop our collective contributions. Let us live here far more firmly committed to devolution to ensure that every woman has a political voice and her voice to be heard, to get more women into leadership, to build a dynamic ecosystem of women entrepreneurs, and above all, to build a solid sisterhood of support. Let us strengthen in unity, make our positive forces in our continent. Thank you and welcome FLAIR, Forum, and Expo. Thank you and may God bless you as we leave this place.
I'm sure Mama Ada deserves a better clap than that one. Wow. What an amazing contribution. At this juncture, allow me to invite the spouse of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Her Excellency Dr. Joyce Kidure, to come to deliver her speech, Empowering Women Through STEM. Karibu sana, Your Excellency. And after you finish your remarks, I would kindly request you to invite the First Lady for us. Asante sana.
Thank you. Okay. Her Excellency Mrs. Rachel Ruto, First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Her Excellency Dr. Ainda Ondinga Cannon, Pan-African Visionary, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Nairobi, Professor Margaret Atkinson, esteemed guests, fellow educators, scientists, FLAIR partners, innovators, sponsors, young women in science, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is an honor to stand before you today to discuss a subject not only close to my heart as a scholar in the STEM, but also critical to our country, continent, and our world, that is on empowering women through STEM. So I'm here to advocate on STEM, on science. Any young women in science? Thank you. At least I'm not alone, I'm happy now. Okay, across Africa and the world, STEM has long been seen as a male-dominated space, yet in an increasingly STEM-driven world, we cannot afford to leave a half of the population behind. Empowering women through STEM is not only a matter of equity, it is a matter of economic growth, innovation, and sustainable development. Yet, women still face structural and cultural barriers in STEM, like limited access to education, societal stereotypes, and representation in leadership, and lack of role models. These challenges start early with girls, often being discouraged from pursuing technical fields and lacking resources and mentorship. I would like to share with you two extraordinary success stories of women in STEM, and that will make a very good encouragement for those girls in science. And if you were in science and dropped, now it's the time you stand up. If you know your brains can handle science, come back, okay? We have the first lady, Professor Margaret Mathai. That's a local inspiration we have. Maybe the much younger ones may not know her, but most of us, I'm sure we know her. We knew her. She was the first woman in East and Central Africa to earn a doctorate and first African woman to earn a Nobel laureate. She earned the first degree in biology, which is a STEM field. Professor Mathai was more than a scientist. She was a force of nature. Through the Green Belt movement, she combined environmental science with community action, planting over 50 million trees and empowering rural women. Her work was grounded in science, but her impact extended far beyond academia. She used science to uplift women economically, socially, and politically. The other woman this is a global inspiration known as Madame Marie Curie. Madame Curie was the first woman to win a Nobel Prize and the only person, listen very well, she was the first woman, woman to win a Nobel Prize, okay? And good, listen carefully again. And the only person, that means not a woman, not a man, but she was the only one, to win the two different sciences. Do you want to know the sciences? Yes. Physics and chemistry. Yes, a groundbreaking work on radioactivity shaped modern medicine and nuclear physics. Beyond a scientific genius, she broke barriers in a male-dominated field, beyond her own love, training other women, and proving that gender should never limit scientific achievement. Her life shows the power of representation. That means when girls, how many girls are here? Are you girls? Good. Now, I'm talking to you now. Yes, when girls, can you listen? Our life shows the power of representation. When girls see women succeed in STEM, they are inspired to dream bigger, okay? They're inspired to dream bigger, good. So the stories of these two women shows that brilliance has no gender, perseverance overcomes barriers, and representation drives real change. They remind us to be bold, challenge norms, and claim our space in STEM. Therefore, key strategies for women in STEM empowerment include policy advocacy, community engagement, public-private partnership, and role modeling and mentorship. In conclusion, empowering women through STEM is not just a goal, it's a movement that demands vision, investment, and bold action. Before I sit down, I want to share my work in STEM space through the Safe Communities Project. Who is hearing that for the first time? Who has already heard that? Good. That's the project my initiative as the second lady of the Republic. Safe Communities. Safe itself is a short for science adding value to the environment and the communities. It is an initiative focused on using STEM to address urgent societal and environmental challenges. The achievement of this project requires the collective effort of all of us. I would like to invite you all in achieving the objective of this project, as it has the potential to address our critical challenges and uplift communities in transformative ways. Let us all save our communities. Asante sana. So I want to take this opportunity to welcome our dear, Our Excellency, the First Lady of the University of Nairobi. Yeah, thank you. Our First Lady of the Republic of Kenya, Mrs. Rachel Ruto. Welcome.
Thank you very much. We may be seated. Dr. Joyce Kidure, spouse of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, Her Excellency Reverend Canon Dr. Ida Odinga, Vice Chancellor Professor Margaret Hutchinson, county first ladies present, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Salimiane, habari zenu. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Amen. It is an honor and a great privilege to be here with you today at the inaugural First Ladies of Africa Impact and Resilience FLAIR Forum at Expo Nairobi 2025, hosted by the University of Nairobi. Receive warm greetings from our President, Dr. William Ruto, who expresses strong support for women and advocates for gender equality. His words, thank you. His words and actions demonstrate a commitment to ensuring that women's voices are recognized. The theme that brings us together today is a powerful affirmation of the immense yet unrealized potential that resides within every woman. It's about recognizing the architects of our tomorrow and empowering them to build it. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya is dynamic, vibrant, and full of talent, creativity, and innovation. Right at the center of this energy are our women, the mothers who nurture, the teachers who educate, the entrepreneurs who innovate, the caregivers, and the leaders who inspire. They are the pillars of our communities, the bedrock of our families, and the unsung heroes of our nations. Their value has been overlooked for far too long, and their voice has been silenced at times. Their strength has been undertapped and undervalued. But I'm here today to announce that the winds of change are blowing and Kenya's women are on the rise. The FLAIR Forum and Expo is a revolutionary movement. It is a brilliant concept that brings together Kenya's women leaders from various sectors. This convergence of diverse skills and passion is precisely what we require to catalyze profound social change and develop genuine resilience in our communities. As women leaders, we are given a special and sacred assignment. We are no longer icons alone. We are bridges, connecting the aspirations of our people with policies that can transform their lives. We are change agents, touching the very center of communities and planting the hope that is tangible among the marginalized and underprivileged. While Kenyans and Africa's challenges are multiple and variable, so are our advantages and solutions. I truly believe that when we empower a woman, we don't just empower her, but her entire family, village, and ultimately our nation. We open up a robust and long-lasting driver of national prosperity. Ladies and gentlemen, 16 years ago, I began my journey of empowering women economically through table banking under the Joyful Women organization. I have witnessed the power of women uniting to pool resources, start businesses, educate their children, and build resilient communities through table banking. Table banking has given women financial independence and a voice, proving that small collective actions can bring meaningful change. It mirrors FLAIR's ethos of collaboration and empowerment, showing us that when women come together, we redefine possibilities. I commend each of you for your contributions today. Thank you for creating a platform where African women across generations and borders can connect, mentor, and inspire one another. As I conclude, I wish to congratulate the University of Nairobi and the FLAIR team for their vision and dedication towards setting up this vital platform for critical thinking and joint action. Let us utilize the two FLAIR events, this great expo here in Nairobi and the next FLAIR summit in London in June of this year, 2025, to connect our networks, to amplify our collective voices, and most significantly, to commit to tangible, quantifiable action that will leave behind lasting positive change for women. Women of vision don't just witness progress, they ignite it, build it, and drive it forward with unstoppable force. You are phenomenal women. Innovate with purpose, impact with passion, and inspire with power. Asanteni sana, and may the good Lord bless you. Asante.
1, 2. Thank you, Your Excellency. I'll request you remain on stage kindly. We have 2 items remaining as we come to the end of our program. I will ask Her Excellency Mama Ida to join you on stage. I'll also ask the spouse to the Deputy President, Her Excellency Joyce, to join Her Excellency on stage. We'll start with the first session. There is a gift prepared for you by VC, UON VC. Kindly present the gifts to her so that they can be presented to Her Excellency, the First Lady, Her Excellency Dr. Ida, and Her Excellency Professor Joyce. We'll start with the first gift to Her Excellency, the First Lady. Kindly let her receive her gift. Makofi mazuri wakati mama wa taifa anapokea zawadi yake. Asante. Thank you very much. The second gift to Dr. Joyce, Her Excellency Dr. Joyce. A round of applause as she receives this gift kindly. Thank you. I'll request that we still remain on stage. And the third gift to Her Excellency Dr. Ida. Kindly a round of applause. And the last gift is presented to the VC by Professor Susan. Makofi mazuri. Thank you. I'll request that we release the gifts for our photo session. I'll ask Miss Purity kindly join Her Excellency on stage together with the First Lady, Kilifi County. Kindly join Her Excellency on stage for a photo session. Makofi mazuri. Thank you very much. We can now proceed to our seats. A round of applause, kindly, to our excellencies. I'll request we remain standing. The rest of us, kindly, we're coming to the end of our program this evening. UON choir, be on standby with the national anthem from where you're seated. Your Excellency, Mama wa Taifa, kindly I'm requesting you humbly to go back on stage. There is a gift prepared for you by a student from UON, and he's requesting that you kindly receive these gifts. Thank you for accepting. Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have the gifts presented to Her Excellency. This is from a student with so much, has made these portraits. Thank you. A gift from the comrade here. Let's have a look at what we have here. Thank you. A beautiful portrait of Mama Rachel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you so much. You can now proceed to your seat. The rest of us, let's remain standing kindly. Let's remain standing. We are coming to the end of our program. Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Let's all be calm, quiet, and upstanding for the national anthem. That marks the end of our program. Let's allow Her Excellency to